Hello, this is Teacher Bing. Welcome to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, let us talk about tropical cyclone. What is tropical cyclone? Are you familiar with this term? Yes, tropical cyclone, it is typhoon if it is in the Philippines or Northwest Pacific. If we in the Southwest Pacific, it is called cyclone. If it is Eastern Pacific, it is called hurricane. I will repeat. In the Northwest Pacific, which includes the Philippines, they are called typhoon or bagyo. If it is Southwest Pacific or in the Indian Ocean, it is called cyclone. And in Eastern Pacific, it is called hurricane. Okay, but what is tropical cyclone? A tropical cyclone is a rapidly rotating storm or rotating storm system characterized by a low pressure center, a close low level atmospheric circulation, strong winds, and spiral arrangement of thunderstorms that produce heavy rains. Okay, so it is a strong winds. Okay, so it is typhoon. But where does the tropical cyclones form? So where? They form only over warm ocean waters near the equator. The warm, moist air over the ocean rises upward from near the surface. What does it mean? In the warm open seas just off the equator, the water is considerably warmer. The warm air helps the also warm water to evaporate faster. So the warm water evaporates faster. So this is hot. So the moist mass of air would go up, following the basic principle that warm air goes up, cold air goes down. So up in the air, the water vapor cools down and condenses, and the heat is released back to the air. So this heat makes the air lighter, making it move farther up. It then triggers air from outside the system to go inward, then upward towards the system. This air flows helps more water to evaporate, joining the clouds and precipitation already massing up in the air. So in the process, continuous energy and precipitation accumulate further and the winds speed up. So how that winds or the certain speed or once the winds reach a certain speed, it then becomes a tropical cyclone. Gets? Okay, so remember how we are in the equator. So the warm seas or the open seas, remember we are in the equator. The water is considerably and also the air is warm. So the warm water evaporate faster. So pag evaporate ng air, so what will happen? There is a low pressure there is a low pressure in the in the ocean part, in the surface of the ocean. So, remember, low pressure. That is why, di ba, sinabi ko, pag evaporate siya, because of the warm air, so they release the heat. Di mo release siya sa heat. So, remember the principle that the warm air goes up, cold air goes down. So, if the water vapor cools down, it becomes it condensate. Okay, it forms a clouds. And then, the more water to evaporate, they form the clouds and precipitate. And and then, if the process continues, so the energy precipitation accumulate farther and the winds speed up. Once the winds reach the certain speed, it then becomes a tropical cyclone. Okay, next. Are the bodies of water in the vicinity of the Philippines warm or cold? What is your answer? Or remember, are the bodies of water in the vicinity of the Philippines warm or cold? As what I have said earlier, the answer is the waters of the Philippines are mostly warm, especially at sea level due to the country's location on the planet. The nation lies above the equator and enjoys the year-round tropical weather. Okay, the answer is warm. Can tropical cyclones form away from the equator? Yes, but its strength will get lesser the farther it is from the equator because the typhoons require warm waters. Tropical cyclones generally move in northwest direction. Northwest direction. The reason because there are large-scale winds that push the tropical cyclones in that direction. So ito, northwest. Ito, northwest. They move northwest. One thing about tropical cyclones that we should watch out are strong winds. There are classification of tropical cyclones. Pag sinabi natin tropical cyclones, remember, typhoon. And it is bagyo. Pag sinabi ng bagyo, there are also classification. Okay. There are classification, remember, there are classification of tropical cyclones. One is tropical depression. How do we know that this is tropical depression? Tropical depression is a tropical cyclone with maximum sustained wind up to 61 kph. Next is tropical storm. Tropical storm is a tropical cyclone with maximum wind speed of 62 to 88 kph, kilometer per hour. Severe tropical storm, it is a maximum wind speed of 89 to 117 km per hour. Next is typhoon. Typhoon is a tropical cyclone with a maximum wind speed of 118 to 220 km per hour. A tropical cyclone is in the region of Indian or Western Pacific Ocean is generally called a typhoon. Pero pag sinabi natin sa atin, pag sinabing may tropical depression, sinabi na natin may bagyo. Diba? Pero there are classification. Remember, una, tropical depression, tropical storm, typhoon, no pa? Super typhoon. Paano malaman na super typhoon yan? Super typhoon is a tropical cyclone with a maximum wind speed of exceeding 200 km per hour. This typhoon na-experience ba dito sa Tagum? Can you remember when you are, I know you are in elementary, remember 2003? 2007, I think, Pablo hit hit in Compostela Valley, di ba? Can you remember? Kung ma-recall nyo, ask your parents about that. A super typhoon Pablo hit in the Compostela Valley, hit in New Bataan. Okay. That is a tropical cyclone with a maximum wind speed exceeding 200 kilometers per hour. Have you heard the news about PAR? Sometimes we hear the news pag sinabi ng mga reporter, pumasok na sa PAR. Ano pala yung PAR? What is PAR? Okay, PAR is Philippine Area of Responsibility. Responsibilities, not responsibility. Responsibility. Okay, that is clerical error. Okay. An area in the northwestern Pacific where pag-asa monitor weather occurring specific tropical cyclone. This is a PAR. This one. Ito. This is the location. Okay. Ito yung Philippine Area of Responsibility. Dito karamihan mag-start yung, pag may news, sabi namin, malapit na sa PAR. Okay, dito lang yung Area of Responsibility of the Philippines, PAR. So, now let us talk about public storm warning signals. Ito na yung sinasabi ko earlier na ano yung signal karamihan. So, karamihan dito sa ating area, storm signal number 1 or signal number 2. But, minsan lang tayo, isang beses lang tayo nakaabot ng signal number 4, yung kay Pablo. Okay. Public storm signal warning. So, let us talk about public storm warning signal number 1. Public storm warning signal, PSWS number 1. It is the wind speed of 30 km per hour may be expected in this 36 hours. Irregular rains be expected within 36 hours. Ito yung mangyari. Twigs and branches of small trees are broken. Some banana plants are tilted or downed. Some houses of very light materials partially unroofed. Rice crops suffer significant damage in its flowering stage. Yun ang signal number 1. Karamihan yung maranasan natin dito sa ating area. Next is, so what to do? Watch out for big waves. Listen to the bulletin issued by Pag-asa. Yun ang gagawin. You have to makinig talaga kung anong balita. Next is public storm warning signal number 2. From 60 to 100 km per hour. And then, ito yung mangyari. Some coconut trees may be tilted. Few big trees may be uprooted. Many banana plants may be down. So, rice and corn may be adversely affected. What to do? Avoid riding a small seacraft. Those who travel by sea and air should avoid unnecessary risks. Postpone outdoor activities of children. How about signal number 3? It is 100 km per hour to 185 km per hour. Okay, what will happen? This one. Ito na yung signal number 3. Coconut trees broken or destroyed. Almost all banana plants down. Rice and corn crops suffer heavy losses. Okay, may yung signal number 3. Majority of all nipa and coconut houses uprooted. Okay, damage to structure of light medium constructions. Okay, these are the signal number 3. Moderate to heavy damage. What to do? Okay. How about signal number 4? Okay, signal number 4, ito na yung mangyari. This one, okay. Electric power distribution and communication service waiver is disrupted. Wala na tayong signal, wala nang kuryente. Yun ang mangyari pag signal number 4 na. Pero so far, at the time of Pablo, Di tayo nakaranas dito banda sa Tagum City. 'Di ba? Wala tayo yung malakas na hangin lang ng early in the morning, pero wala tayong hindi natin naranasan yung electrical power distribution when service may nasira. Pero doon sa area with na landfall, doon banda sa New Bataan, doon talaga sila, nagkaroon sila talaga ng naranasan nila yung signal number 4. So, ano pang mangyari sa signal number 4? Damage affected communities. Okay. So, anong gagawin? Stop na all travels and outdoors are canceled. Evacuation to safer shelter should have been completed now. The local... Okay. Is there any problem? Is there any question? Just ask. Just... Okay. Thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe.